can't do everything. I can't do everything on this channel. Except I do everything except film. Behind every strong, independent woman.
Thank you, Daddy. Sound fine?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah? What if I'm like way over here? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, of course. Because you're loud as
You're loud as Oh, yeah, it does sound great. Wow. Wow. Testing. I still sound great. Okay, cool. Do I look like the talent? Aw, yeah.
Let's make commentary about people in an emotionally unstable environment.
Let's.
Like little ants in a terrarium.
I think that's how Netflix really views them.
I feel like that's how they view all their shows. They're little terrariums. Like Netflix is just like a little kid picturing Sid.
Fucking Sid.
Sid from Toy Story, 100%.
Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming back if you've been here before, or hi, welcome if you're new. My name's Mickey. I'm a therapist, and we talk about therapist-y things on this channel.
I'm Aaron, and I don't talk about therapist-y things on this channel.
No, today we are talking about the Ultimatum again, and Aaron is here because we are talking about therapist-y things on this side of the divide and human things on that side of the divide.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
No, we are excited to watch this episode because I've heard there's some fuckery, so...
They keep saying that.
Yeah.
Actually, last time we did give one of these.
Yeah. I will say, shut up. The end part of the last episode was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough.
But the dinner...
This the whole time.
Yeah, the dinner part.
The Last Supper?
No.
Oh, the other one.
The
Girls' Night Out. I'm ready.
The boner dinner.
You gonna plug the Patreon or what?
Oh, yes. If you enjoy this format and you enjoy us, like, I don't know, doing whatever this is, we have a podcast and you can access it on Patreon. So if you want to become a patron, the link for that is in the description. Also, the link for our merch is down there. I'm not wearing it today because I wore it last time. But we have some really fun t-shirts and stuff. So if you want to buy merch or become a patron, the link is in our description.
And to everyone who is already a patron, thank you so much for helping make this a possibility. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The suspense is killing me.
Shanique told me, me and Zay didn't kiss, but he cuddled me and he got a boner. I was like, guys, okay. What am I supposed to feel about that? I feel sad. Madlyn told me tonight that she feels like I shouldn't be with Zay. And she said that she thinks that I should be with you.
It is really about to get messy.
How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Excuse me? Was that emotional intelligence?
Okay, don't be rude about it. We don't want to...
Not because of Jake specifically, but because I am continually disappointed by these TV shows in having these, like, conversations that are just, like, filled with toxicity and bad communication skills and, like...
I'm going to choose to believe it was not cut, and that was exactly how that conversation went.
Good for fucking Jake. Good for fucking Ray for being, like, communicative and vulnerable and, like, leaving space. Like, you could see that he was kind of, like, leaving his face neutral and just, like, making space for her. Like, I'm so excited about this. Before we get too much deeper into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to this week's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this week's video. Skillshare is an online learning platform with thousands of classes that run the gamut in terms of subject. You can learn about all different types of things from creativity to productivity. I have had such a fun time using Skillshare. I have taken several classes already. I've learned how to manage my Google Calendar more effectively, and I also took a really cute self-care class with JVN that I really enjoyed where we did a cute journaling moment. I actually did some yoga and made this adorable self-care planner. And so I've really enjoyed getting to grow my creativity and grow some skills in a variety of different areas. The first 1,000 of my viewers to click the link in my description will get 1 month of Skillshare for free, so go click the link in my description to claim your membership before everybody else does. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this week's video. Let's jump back into Ray and Jake doing their little communication thing.
April was kind of trying to figure out where you and I were at. She loves the shit out of you.
I mean, fair.
And Zay literally loves you. Like, I literally had a heart-to-heart with him, and I was like, I don't want to do anything. I want you to be happy. But in all honesty, do I think he's good for you? No.
Okay.
I do really like
I
you.
love the honesty.
Should I just leave it alone?
Feeling for boundaries?
Did we switch?
I would love for us to go off to the sunset, but at the same time, he does love you. And it got me thinking, and I'm like, maybe she should be with him instead of me. I've gotten to know everything about you deeper and deeper and deeper, and living with you has shown me what I really do need in a relationship and what I do deserve.
You're perfect. You're husband material, baby daddy material. You're fucking great.
I'm bothered by this emotional.
This is so sweet.
I might feel bad stealing you from somebody, but at the end of the day, the person I would want to leave with is you.
I said nobody's staying with anybody.
So much emotional vulnerability.
I
I
feel
love this.
a lot towards you, and it's just this whole process. It's just.
Come here.
I wish there was like therapy or something that they could
don't
go
want you
to.
to accept things from April and not be happy.
Yeah. Okay, we don't have to watch all this. I hate when Netflix does this.
This feels at least somewhat appropriate this
I
time.
know, I just am uncomfy with this stuff on TV.
It's a public affection thing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's your own shit. Great emotional.
That was great
That was
emotional
wonderful.
intimacy. Yeah. I'm shocked
That was hotter
and
than
like
kissing to me.
so excited for them.
The reason why I came here to begin with was because I love Randall and I wanted to marry him, and I'm at a place now where I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen next.
Fair.
You and us all.
I think overall I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed with the entire experience and a little
You and
confused.
us all.
Jake was like, "Can I speak with you outside?" And so we went outside and we talked, and he told me that he kissed Ray, and then that's what we talked about. I told him how I felt and how uncomfortable I feel with, you know, him being with her, and I told him how like I didn't like that they kissed and shit. But at the end of the day, if she's happier with him, then that's cool. It's not cool, but what I'm finna do, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, what? You making these faces and shit.
Clearly, I can't fucking make facial expressions or have a thought without it pissing him off. And like that's never gonna be cool with me. Like, Zay knows that Ray and Jake have a real connection. Him talking about it and me kind of having the reaction I was having, I think it made it real for him. Zay,
Listen, no, Shanique, no. Let me
lower your tone,
let me talk.
because you sitting up and you're starting to yell and you're starting to get a little strong with your words.
Okay,
lower it,
don't
please.
talk to me like that.
Because I've been
You know that.
Do not talk to me like that,
I'm not talking to you no way.
y'all. I'm telling you, I've been sitting here listening to you.
Because you making faces.
And I'm gonna make faces, and if it makes you that damn uncomfortable, like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm making faces, and you lucky I'm not saying what the fuck I'm thinking right now.
Well, you can say what the
and
fuck
I'm
you
going to.
Go ahead.
And I was
I'm
waiting
done.
for you to
so
finish
I'm done.
your
You can say what
point.
the fuck you want to say. No, you're not
Nope.
finna talk to me crazy and think I'm not finna say what's on my mind. All right, go ahead.
No, not fucking today, not tomorrow.
Well, I don't give a
Not
fuck.
next week.
Well, just because you're not saying it with your words, that don't mean you're not saying something.
okay.
If it's that important, then just
I'm
say
not
it.
that one, Jay.
If it's that important, just say
Okay.
it. Don't make no funny ass faces like I'm stupid.
I want to pause really quickly because I do want to give Shanique some credit here for trying to remove herself from the situation in some way, and trying to set some boundaries with him in a calm way, and asking him to like lower his tone. And I don't think that it went over well. And again, also, I would just like to highlight that Netflix is like jamming these people in like essentially a studio apartment, and like, where are they gonna go? You know what I mean? What are they gonna do? Like, there's no door to close. Like, no, like, we're gonna hide in the bathroom, you know? And so when we do have conflict like this, like, I can imagine that the feeling is very much like a trapped animal. Like, if you and I had to be stuck in the same room every time we have a disagreement, I think we would both like jump out a window. I just don't like. It's very normal and very okay for people to need space and to need time, especially when we get like this, where we're overwhelmed, we're having an emotional reaction to people saying or doing things.
They're already charged up from the dinner.
Yes, yeah, that too. Zay clearly was like having an emotional reaction, and also doesn't have his normal person to process that with, you know? So like, this is just fucking bad vibes. Generally though, I do just really want to like advocate for the use of timeouts and like setting clear time limits around like, I need some time and space to calm down, and we'll come back and talk about this in like 5 minutes or whatever.
So now I gotta control my facial expressions because they make you uncomfortable? I don't even want to talk right now because I feel like you done disrespecting me and I don't have nothing to say to you.
I'm speaking off of passion.
Passion is fine. Disrespect is not.
How is it
for
disrespectful?
I was like-
Because I'm talking louder.
You're telling me to watch how I'm talking to you.
Because you making faces.
Stop yelling.
I'm
Stop yelling. You're telling me to watch how I'm talking to you because I spoke up and said, watch how you're talking to me. Does that make any fucking logical sense?
No,
to you?
you're being rude. I'm just talking.
I wasn't the one being rude first.
Just because I'm speaking loud.
And I said,
I'm speaking. Listen, but I'm
So
speaking.
you got passionate, and I said, can you watch
Okay.
it? Can you watch your tone?
Okay,
I said,
okay.
watch how you're talking to me.
So I'm not talking about you, or I'm talking about a situation.
I'm about to call you out your name because you are really
Call me out my name.
You are tripping.
All right,
you are
bet.
tripping.
We ain't gotta do this shit.
So
Wrap
you
it
want
up,
me
bro.
to accept who you
I'm
are?
done. We done.
You want me
with
to
this.
accept who you
We
are?
done. We done
but
with
you
this
can't
shit.
accept
then.
the fact
We
that I
done with
fucking
this
make
shit.
facial
I'm
expressions.
gonna go on the walk, Sam.
I'm confused.
Well, I'm not gonna
Alcine,
sit there and
I
make
was
fucking
actually
faces.
fucking concerned
I
about
don't
your
give.
night.
I honestly listen. I'm done, fam. It is what it is, fam. I'm finna leave. This ain't a fucking.
Try and shit with somebody else.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So, one of the things that I want to unpack here, this is a question that actually comes up fairly often in therapy is this like, well, like that's just the way that I am. And like if my partner's upset by the way that I am, then like I don't know what you want me to tell you kind of a thing. Yeah. And like that's valid, but I think it's also important to honor that everyone comes to the table with different stuff. And so like the way that I explain this to my clients is that I'm a very expressive person. Obviously, we all know this. And like thankfully, shut up. Thankfully, so are you.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but I saw the face that you made.
Back to the faces thing. Look how we're tying it all together.
But thankfully, like, so are you,
Yeah.
And like, you sort of like get that about me. But also, I do tend to be like loud. Like, I'm a louder person. Don't be that way. Don't be that way.
Microphones would agree.
Now I'm distracted. God damn it, babe.
It's not hard.
Can you stop?
I'm not doing
trying to make a point. Anyways, the way that I explain this to my clients is that like I'm a very expressive person and I also tend to be very loud. And thankfully, you and I are. Why so funny?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
What?
Give me no.
What?
Go ahead.
What?
No.
Just suck in the air.
That was good water.
Tell me.
No, it was nothing. I'm in a silly, goofy mood.
Okay. Anyways, the way that I explain this to my clients is that I am a very expressive person, and I also tend to be like a loud person generally when I just communicate. And thankfully, you're kind of similar in that regard. But I did also have to learn when we first got married and we're learning how to communicate that like that's not your norm, especially in conflict. Like that's kind of scary to you. And so like that is just the way that I am. And also, I need to be willing to honor that my partner's bringing different stuff to the room. And so when I'm like loud and very expressive, and especially when I'm upset and I'm like angry, that's scary. Like that's traumatizing to you. You know what I'm saying?
It's not my favorite.
Yeah. And so like you can't just be fucking doing that. Like just because that's the way that you are doesn't mean that you're just entitled to like be that way always. And this insinuation that like you can't control that behavior about yourself is disingenuous in my opinion. And so like Zay saying like that's just the way that I am and like I want you to accept me for the way that I am and blah blah blah, like fair. And also it's important to honor that like for Shanique, like that was disrespectful, like that pushed her buttons, you know?
Well, it sucks too because she kept like trying to pull him back and like she was like really holding it together and
Yeah. And I think like the opposite is also true with the facial expressions and stuff.
I heard he's I couldn't pick either which way who I like agree, like there's
but I do think like she tried to communicate her boundary in like a more clear and concise and calm way and he was just like not receptive. Like he just kept trying to like
and that's the thing where we got lost in the weeds.
Yes.
And then we were just stuck like
like now we're not talking about the thing anymore. We're talking about the way that we're communicating. Yeah. It's just like all bad.
Oh.
I'd say it's about an 85% chance that.
Back to the
Randall
boners,
has a
baby.
boner right now.
Madlyn is somebody who I knew from day one I could see myself marrying, but in order to make that decision, we need to figure out our feelings.
What is she
not just about one another, but also with who we came here with.
We're talking about very heavy
Tonight was
emotional stuff.
crazy
We're worried about
because Colby and Zay had an argument tonight. Zay felt like the time I guess they went out and partied, Colby was putting the blame on him for having girls come up to kiss Colby.
I don't care.
No,
Next topic.
but it wasn't more so concerning about you, it was more so concerning about Colby.
Right, so here's the thing, like, I don't want to know those things. That's not what I'm worried about right now.
It's fair.
I'm worried about me and exploring things with you. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't 100% get what you're saying. Zay was like, don't put my name in that dirt, because in reality, what happened was Colby was the one that seduced the girl to come kiss him. That's what Zay was saying. He was like, don't speak bad about my name.
Just let it go.
When I was
Thing. And I heard you. I heard you. But also, I don't give a fuck. And I don't care to continue the conversation. Honestly, I don't give a shit.
I'm just trying to like relay the
When
message.
I say I don't care, I don't get why you keep talking.
You don't want to listen.
No, I've listened to enough shit tonight. Right now, I don't give a shit
But I
about
think you should
literally
care.
anything.
I think you should. I think you should care.
You don't tell her what.
Okay,
Because
what?
that is
should I
somebody
care
you can
about?
see a future with, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
What did he say?
Colby
that
admitted.
made me-
Listen, Colby admitted that like maybe he was wrong, and if
Okay, and
maybe I did wrong.
I was wrong that you made out with me, and I reciprocated, and I was into that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe we've all been wrong. We've all explored this situation in
Right,
different ways.
but that's what we're talking about. What I'm saying is, we've had a conversation about how we can be better for each other. Or
So
for
what?
What?
What did you learn about yourself tonight? How can you be better for me? How about you dig
But-
into
but-
that instead of the fucking relationship I came in here with? I don't fucking care.
I mean,
Okay, I get that you don't care, but I'm just clearing the air. You talk, let me finish. It's hard to hear, so like you're rolling your eyes at me right now because you're annoyed at me, but at the same time, like just know you and Colby are gonna have to live together. And you and Colby are gonna have to deal with the same situation that you're going through right now.
That's
Okay.
something that I'll deal with Colby when I get back with Colby.
Y'all are going through difficult
I
times.
disagree with her though.
And Colby came out
Like,
and spoke
both.
I don't think she's
his
in a position to have this
difficulty and
conversation.
also
Same.
spoke about the times
She's
where
made that
he
very clear.
made
Yeah.
out with
And
somebody else.
honestly, nicely.
It's the truth.
yeah. Okay, yeah, now he's hurting her on camera.
Why are you crying right now?
Bro!
There's no purpose to cry.
What?
There's no reason.
I'm gonna tell you how I think you should feel. Now you don't
yes,
get to cry.
Yes, there is. There's very much a reason for crying. Good for her.
Normally, I typically like. No, I won't give dudes credit, but like,
Oh.
what is going on?
Okay.
What's going on? I feel like I have whiplash.
On the
I
one
don't have whiplash actually.
On the
Sorry.
one hand, I don't necessarily disagree with Randall sort of calling her out for clearly being uncomfortable and just not wanting to have this conversation and trying to brush it off, you know? But also, I think it begs the question about whether that was his place to do in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Because I don't think it is.
well, and then him being like, "You should care about this. You need to care about this. Like, talk to me." Also, it was like, was he trying to do that to undercut Colby to make himself look better?
Yes.
But then also like, and then when she wasn't caring, like,
Yeah.
I don't know why he like.
I think this is like the other side of the coin of the reaction that Jake could have had earlier when they were talking about Zay and like all of that stuff. And Ray was sort like saying that she's like torn and confused and whatever. Jake could have very much done this where he like character assassinated Ray's other partner.
Totally.
To be like, I'm the fucking person for you,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's what Randall was trying to do, except that it comes off as like very aggressive, very rude, and like also this like attitude of like entitlement. Like, of course I am allowed to tell you the things that you should care, that you should
Yes.
feel.
And then I need you to feel
and
these things, but don't you
Yeah.
dare cry about it now.
Yeah. And also like definitely I am allowed to weigh in on your most important life
Yeah.
decisions, even though like I'm very much a guest here.
Like you've been here for 2 minutes.
Yeah, like I
No,
think
for
at this
real.
point in the process, they're still very much earning a seat at each other's tables and figuring out whether like you are allowed to be a person who has a say in my life decisions. And him like forcing himself into her space like that is not cool. Because
And-
I don't disagree. I think she's trying to avoid it and she's like not ready to have that conversation.
Yeah.
But like that's something that like your best friend does for you or
Yeah.
like a therapist or like
Not.
not this, you know?
And now we're never gonna find out what she was making and eating.
Yeah, that too. I'm upset about it.
Me too.
Also, just generally, I want to address the crying thing because this is actually a very common attitude. Like the what is crying going to do about it? Like a lot, actually, like a lot of things.
Everyone likes a good cry sometimes.
Well, and it's actually like biologically useful to you. There's like shit that comes out of your not actual shit, but they're like neurotransmitters, like chemicals that come out in your tears that cause you to feel like this catharsis after you cry. It is quite literally physical relief that you experience after you cry, and it's like a very useful physical and emotional process. And everyone needs to cry. Like, it's a human response to having emotions, so you're allowed.
First of all, I want to apologize for raising my voice and getting the attitude. I just want to explain. Like I told you, you're the first, person I've really, gotten to open up with. And I was open up to you about something that was very important to me, the Jake and Ray situation. I apologize because I didn't want to disrespect you in any way. And, I apologize. Don't give me...
Aww.
Freaking, I hate you. I'm sorry.
As apologies go, that one wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's been a hard couple days. It's been a hard week and a half. I have a lot of emotions, and I've been with you every day. So I'm sorry for taking stuff out on you.
It's okay. It's okay.
This episode.
Yay!
I wasn't ready to get married, but I've learned it in these past weeks. I'm ready. I'm ready for marriage. So hearing that Ray and Jake have a special bond, it honestly feels like someone has just jabbed a jagged sword in you and just twisted it. It's pretty hard for me, but at the same time, the feelings I do have for Shanique have grown. She has brought a whole lot of stuff out of me that, that I've been trying to hide.
You have a fucking minute, please.
I'm not you.
No, fuck you for that.
Fuck me for what?
You have only been fucking vulnerable off camera, and then you just put that shit on me on.
No, that's not what I said. So fuck me. But what I'm saying is...
Shut up. He's still gonna try and push the fucking issue. God.
I promise you, I would respect you to the utmost.
Do you, though? Because you're not respecting any of her boundaries.
Well, Randall kissed me. Oh, yeah, me and Randall be cuddling. Me and Randall be getting hard when we be cuddling, like, bro.
I get that. Mind you, that's something that I don't feel like she should have said.
Is that what happened?
But I expressed that to you. I told you that.
Is that what happened? Did she be getting hard when y'all be cuddling?
If it happened, it happened. But that doesn't mean it's...
Okay, but that's allowed,
I'm a guy. That's natural. I'm sleeping with a girl.
So you're okay with Zay getting hard when he sits next to me?
At that time, I was drunk. It was an excuse.
Why does it matter? Yeah.
But why are you looking away and not listening? Your whole thing was you want to be a better listener just like I want to. This is the perfect time to work on that. It's just us two talking right now. Why not just listen to what I had to say? This is the thing that we've been talking about for the longest. You're not listening to me right now. You're turning your head, and we're having an adult conversation one-on-one, but you're looking to take shots or deflect from
That's what I feel like you do all the time.
Okay, but that's what I'm working on. This is something I'm working on. And I told you this.
This is like the most unhelpful.
I'm gonna be real. So for me to say let me just go leave Madlyn by herself and then just go.
So you give more of a fuck about Madlyn's feelings than my feelings right now?
What I'm saying is,
bro, you got me fucked up.
But you're walking away. But what I'm saying is,
she came here just to make.
Don't walk away. It's no purpose of walking away.
Nah, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. You just said the wrong shit. I don't have to speak to you. I don't have to talk about nothing. I don't have to.
Come on. So, Shanique, we're gonna have to be mature about this.
I'm being very mature.
You're not.
I'm being very mature.
This is not helpful.
I'm confused because I was told that I'm living with somebody else and that's my new person for these 3 weeks. I was told that.
And you're so okay with it. That's the problem.
I'm not okay with what the fuck?
You're too comfortable with the idea of being with somebody else. That's all I'm saying. It should be hard for you not to see me.
I brought you here, but you should be mad that I brought you
sit in my
here.
corner?
Sit in the fucking corner and miss me.
Shanique, then that's obvious. I'm okay. I'm gonna need you
So
to
you brought
really
him here
grow
to
up about
punish
this.
him.
Yes.
That was the dumbest thing I've heard tonight. You want me to sit in the corner?
Yes.
Come on
Honestly,
now.
Randall's not doing
All
great,
right,
but I do.
This was a great conversation.
Okay.
That she wanted to have. Absolutely.
This expectation that she brought him here to punish him
And be miserable.
and that she wanted him to be in pain for 3 weeks
Yes.
is not
Fucked up.
okay. This is what I was talking about with the passive aggressive, manipulative energy that this experiment lends itself to. And again, because as far as I can fucking tell, there are no therapists or licensed mental health professionals like any fucking where near this experiment. Nick and Vanessa Lachey are just fucking off with these people's lives and their emotions. Please. Yeah, and it's fucking bothersome to me because they didn't bother to screen for whether this was a safe experiment for the people who were on this show. You know, like, I guess we don't know that necessarily, but I'm very doubtful that they did any like due diligence to make sure that they weren't like potentially unnecessarily hurting people, you know? Like, I think probably the concern was whether this will make good TV, and like if we have jealous couples on the show, then it's going to be explosive. Even
better for us.
Yeah, like they care more about that than they do about the fact that this is potentially life ruining. And like that's just not okay. I don't think that's okay.
This experience has shown me that Shanique is still the same old Shanique. She just cut me off, walked away, and I guess she just expected me to follow her. And I know I was given the ultimatum, but I think she needs to understand that after this whole experience, Randall might have his ultimatum as well.
Oh, God.
The other thing that I want to address here really quickly is that I think it's clear Shanique's like main emotion, I'm guessing, is probably like hurt or like just feeling generally sad that Randall is not more sad, you know? And like there's a very productive way to express this to someone. The advice that can be helpful in situations like this, especially if you struggle with being vulnerable like this, is to kind of just like go meta and tell people like, I don't know how to say this, or I'm uncomfortable with saying this, and then just like spit it out. Because sometimes we get caught up in the particulars and like feeling embarrassed of like, this hurts my feelings, or like, I know this is a corny thing to say, but this hurts my feelings. Like stuff like that, like give yourself the permission to offer those qualifiers if that is what you need to get the words out, because in my opinion that's a much more effective way of communicating than this. And so like just as food for thought in case anyone struggles with stuff like this.
My mom, my dad, your mom, your dad, I'd really want them to be present in our kids' lives a lot.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I've had a small family. You have a pretty small family.
Small family, yeah. So I want to keep that as like close as
tight-knit.
possible.
That look off your
Mom
face.
even hates I'm only 3 hours away from home, but she's like, I miss you. I never get to see you.
I think you need to go out there more.
I do.
You need to make that trip.
Like once or twice a month.
You want me to come?
Yeah.
I would take that road trip.
People are
with you.
allowed to like their families, baby.
You
I
have the
haven't
best
said a
playlist.
single word.
You don't have to.
I would want to have sex at least 4 times a week or more.
Okay.
Like maybe
Okay.
6,
Setting a-
7, 8 times.
A time.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
A week, I would want to be having sex at least daily if it was possible.
No, yeah,
that's what I'd
very
want
possible.
out of a marriage.
Yeah. You gotta recharge sometimes. He's shooting blanks every now.
Oh my God. I always am surprised. Like, this is funny, this is cute. But I always am surprised when people set like these expectations like this, like X amount of times per week. For what it's worth, expectations like this can be a little bit counterintuitive. It may be more helpful to focus in on like the feeling rather than the number, especially if you and your partner have mismatched sex drives. Having this number in a head or like in your head can sort of create this like mental checklist and create this attitude of like sex being a chore. And so it's like super not helpful. So I, you know, especially if you guys are struggling in that area, I want to discourage like the number thing. What?
No,
You're a teenager.
No, I'm not actually.
I think with April, it's been the best opportunity for me to grow.
I don't understand.
And the best thing I've learned from April is just
body language is just like odd.
Listen. Listen to what people have to say. Listen to what really matters. Stop worrying about what Colby has to say. And I feel like it's made me a better person.
Did you just now figure that out?
You know,
being open. You've
I'm here for the growth.
Exactly about
We're here for the growth.
We can get.
whether I like it or not, and that's helped me be able to do the same.
Said I just had
So
the realization
this
that
is for
other
you,
people are
being
people.
open.
Oh, that's
Blowing my mind. I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Have they not kissed yet?
I don't think so. They've been like very friendly this whole time. I know her glasses.
Oh, the music changed. That's new ones.
Yep. Something's happening. It's sexy, clearly.
Made it.
Yay!
We did another one.
It's like very up and down, very overwhelming. There was a lot of problematic shit, but like also some really nice moments.
There was some nice moments in there. You know, we had a good mix. I would say this one wasn't all problematic.
Not all the worst. I am very curious to see what level of honesty and disclosure we get from people when they get back with their original partners. That's always an interesting thing to me when stuff like this happens on these TV shows. We've talked about this on Married at First Sight, but like talking head phenomenon where they like talk shit about their partner in Talking Heads as if this isn't on TV that's going to be fucking recorded for posterity. So I'm curious to see if they're going to like be honest about the things that they've said and done. So that'll be...
Sounds like everyone was fucking tonight.
Yeah, it seems like it, honestly. Yeah, generally I want to close out with the same PSA that we give in all of these fucking episodes, which is that your relationship does not have to look the way that these relationships look. There is a whole world of relationship structures and orientations and norms that are perfectly valid and healthy and like okay for you to explore if that's what works for you or if that's what your relationship looks like now. Please don't allow Netflix to gaslight you into thinking that you should be aspiring to like marriage and children and cohabitation and like all of these things if that's not what you're interested in, because it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to look this way. Maybe we might even encourage it not looking like this.
Yeah, especially if it comes at the cost of like manipulating the fuck out of the people around you. Any final thoughts, Lovey?
Not from me.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have content like this and a cute educational moment every now and again. Don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon if you want to listen to our podcast. Link for the merch is also in the description, and share the video to help the channel grow and to help each other grow.
I got your other hand.
Thank you. And we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It was cute. Thanks.